the SASSA Grant Relief Fund, whatever you wanna call it, is a humongous scam. Like I don't understand how anyone can go stand in line for 5 to 10 hours just for 350 rand. Like, really, do South Africans have no dignity? Or like do they not know how to demand more from the country that they live in? Like, this country doesn't have money, people. This country broke. 350 rand. Listen, 350 rand is basically a day or two's worth of shopping, depending on how big your family is. But to my understanding, some people got more than that because they skipped a few days or whatever. But anyway, or they skipped a few months because SASSA didn't pay them. But the SASSA grant is a huge scam because when I went there, I swear to you, I kid you not, there was a line literally around the block. Like, no jokes. And I'm not capping, I'm not telling a lie or whatever, but there was a line around the block. And the worst part about it is that I thought that it would be different depending on the times you go there. But no, people, there are people who've been there are people the people who've been standing outside in the line since 4 a.m., even 3 a.m. Some people even camp outside the post office just to get 350 rand. Now, I don't know. So Africans are only desperate for money because right now the economy is as terrible as it can get. People are desperate. When I say desperate, I mean with a capital D, double D, capital D, desperate for money. But listen, I'm someone who's always seen the value in opportunities and money. And honestly, I do not agree with waking up at 2 a.m., risk getting robbed, stabbed, or whatever, because South Africa is a dangerous country. I think South Africa is one of the highest crime rates I read one of the highest, or has one of the highest crime rates in the world currently, or at one point. So I'm not going to risk walking to the post office at 2 a.m. with my phone, with my personal information on me, just to go get 350 rand. I'm not doing that. And like, when I saw that line around the block, I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. I was like, is this really how desperate South Africans are for money? And the worst part about it is that you see elderly people waiting in line. Like, you rarely see anyone in their 20s, you don't see anyone in their 20s. Everyone standing in line is in their 40s and their 50s. And that's the crazy thing about it, is that you're telling me and the thing I don't understand is the fact that the SASSA grant is from 18 to 59. 18 to 59. You're telling me by the time that you're 50, you haven't even sorted your life out enough to. You're telling me that you haven't even sorted your life out at 50. Jeez, you need help, fam. Honestly, you're telling me that you're 50 and 350 rand is gonna make a difference in your life. Shame on you, honestly. Like, that is embarrassing. I'm telling you, I would rather die than ever show up at a SASSA at the post office in my 50s or 40s, thinking that a thousand rand is gonna make that much of a difference. And listen, I get it. For people from the squatter camps and whatnot, that's a pretty good amount of money. But you see, the pretty issue I have with the people from the squatter camps is they're the ones who are having too many kids and too little knowledge. I've seen women I've seen a woman walking in the street with 3 kids, no money, but she has two toddlers and a baby on and a fully fledged baby on her back, barely even 3 months old. You're telling me that you're sitting there with 3 kids, no money, no house, no car, no nothing. And I've seen them. I've seen them. And I've seen people on Twitter pissed off because of people like that. You have no money, but yet you have kids. And when it comes to the squatter camps, there are people who live off of a benefit system. Like, if you fall under a certain amount of poverty line, then the government does give you grants. I'm not sure if that's, to my knowledge, they do. But really, you're telling me that you have no job, no nothing. You're sitting there with 3 kids, and it's the classic situation of where the husband is like a construction worker or a street sweeper, and yet they have kids. I don't understand human beings anymore, honestly. It's crazy to think that someone who has no money has so many kids. But listen, just because kids are priceless doesn't mean having more of them makes you rich. Honestly, really. I'm telling you, this country is going to hell, honestly. And then, I've seen people on Twitter irate and angry about this because you live in a squatter camp, and if you live in a squatter camp, you are only further inheriting poverty and township life onto your kids when you have kids in a squatter camp. Listen, not every child. There are certain kids from people from squatter camps who make it in life, but a majority of them don't because of a defeated mindset. And when it comes to that, it's crazy. But honestly speaking, on more than one occasion, each and every time I've gone to the post office, I've seen that the post office has had people surrounded. I've seen blocks and blocks of people waiting to get 350 rand, and I was shocked. And I'm sorry, but I cannot lower myself to that standard of human being to do that for 350 rand. And I'll make a video about how South Africa can save its unemployed and young youth. South Africa needs more youth initiatives. If the SASSA grant was 18 to 25, it would be a much better situation. The old people need to find a plan what to do. You cannot be giving someone who's 40 years old a social grant. Are you mad? Telling me that you're 45 and have 3 kids, 350 rand is not gonna make that much of a difference. What are you gonna do for the next week or the next month or the next year? You need to have a plan. You cannot run to the government each and every time that you need assistance. My family never ran to the government for everything because South Africa treats immigrants like trash, honestly. And then you have those South Africans say, yeah, well where I live, South Africans don't treat, like immigrants are not treated like trash. Listen, if you live in any middle scale or upscale neighborhood or middle class neighborhood where there's foreigners, do you think the foreigners living there are going to struggle? Do you think most people in a middle class or upper middle class or upper class neighborhood would suffer? Morons, honestly. South Africans, sheesh. But anyway, the SASSA grant is a huge scam. This is why I never went for it. I went once. I took all my information. I looked at the queue. I was like, you crazy, and I walked back home and never looked back. Cause one thing I don't understand is that if you can message me, and you have my ID and you have all of my details, surely you should know that I have a bank account and that I have a tax number and certain things. But no, you want me to go you want me to go to the post office and stand in line for 10 hours and just to not get paid. Because the thing is with the SASSA grant is that they only have a certain amount, they're only supposed to take a certain amount of applicants a day. And if you only have enough money for about, let's just say, if you only have enough money for, let's just say, 50 people, and then 350 people show up, what are you supposed to do? And um let's just say let's just say 100 of them don't have didn't get the message, but they showed up, they applied, they got approved, but it's not their turn to receive the money yet. So which means people who are not supposed to receive are getting money. And you see, the issue is that the people who the people if 100 people show up, they will tell the people who haven't received money to come tomorrow. So which means the people who get the message the next day are gonna come, and the people who didn't get any money the day before are gonna be standing there. So it's an overlap of people, and people. It's horrific to see how desperate South Africans are for money. Who like I need money too, but I'm not gonna lower myself to that standard. Having integrity and dignity is worth a lot more money. I'm telling you, is worth a lot more if you keep a certain standard of yourself in life. Because people stand in line for from as far back as 1 a.m. or 4 a.m. Good luck to you. I am not doing that. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. But anyway, guys, it's controversial saying life is a journey. Life is a journey, which there are no shortcuts. Because if you think, out of all the countries in the world, South Africa is gonna say, "Yeah, we care about you. It's a pandemic. Yes, free money. Good luck." And 350 rand isn't even that much. I think it's 13 rand to the dollar now, or 15 rand. Ooh, my goodness. I need to get out of this country. Honestly, this video's been on too long, but I need to get out of this country or die trying. Honestly, I cannot stay here anymore. But no guys, this is Controversial signing out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.